All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 2 now in this best of 3. Right now, of course, Kinguin up 1-0 in this best of 3. Winner moves on to the StarLadder main event. Loser comes up just short here of the minor event that is. So right now, Kinguin up 1-0, trying to claim it, trying to move on. What a first game we had. It's not often we get 30-minute mega creeps. Potentially, it almost got to be mega versus megas at that point. But in the end, Mad Lads could not push through, and obviously well played by Kinguin as a whole, earning the victory. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Potom once again. We got one more ban before the first pick, but we are seeing a bit of reaction already as we see the Nature's Prophet ban from Mad Lad, so can't say I'm too surprised about that one, though.
Yeah, not at all. The Nature's Prophet really was a key turning point in the last game. Just having the TP just practically won the game for Team Kinguin. Mad Lads wouldn't be too surprised if they just go down the same road again, just draft the exact same. The balance are actually adjusted to one start, so potentially see a Lone Druid coming early out again. Looking at the Mad Lads history, they tend to do that a lot. They just pick one of their core heroes, they focus the lineup around him, and then just pick him in throughout the entire series, and just try to variate the support picks around.
5 seconds remaining. Dire
a bit of that extra time again themselves now, but Omni Knight is eventually what they come up with here. So now Kinguin, off the bat, you already have your Razor potentially. You got to think he's one of the higher candidates here. Tiny's on the board, so a couple of heroes that would come to mind. Tusk as well, and Tusk it just feels like has just been the most powerful position for us of late, but they're gonna go Tiny at least.
Yeah, and Tiny being super popular in the meta in general, just by... Yeah, he offers everything. He has Magic Burst, he has carry potential, he can push towers so easily. Once you leave the lane even for like a small gang, you practically lose your tower. It's just Tiny also not being gankable. Like, he's like a little bit like a Dragon Knight, just with no armor at the start, you know?
Well, Mad Lads now need to think about how they want to respond to the early Tiny. I still think Razor for them is potentially pretty good. No one gets Tiny for that matter. And so is Tusk. Just got finished talking about him and how strong he is. So will they just go another support or, again, the core? Lone Druid, as you were talking about, too. Potential for them.
I felt like they feel really comfortable with the last pick in the last game. It was only really the Nature's Prophet and just not being able to deal with the flexibility that prevented them from taking the game, I think. Kinguin probably going to go down a different route. Set up for Death Prophet. That's interesting. Oh, there's the AA. Was banned last game, but Nature's Prophet banned it instead this time, and they instantly snack it up.
And that's a very good response to Death Prophet as well. You know, the idea, the Ice Blast preventing the Spirit Siphon from being useful, and it's understandable why Kinguin was in a very snap pick reaction to the Death Prophet happening.
Yeah.
So
5 seconds remaining.
It almost felt like they were completely expecting a Death Prophet, and we're like, we're gonna pick AA, but we definitely gonna do it, no matter if it's good or bad. And then it turned out to be great as well because they calculated in a Death Prophet. And not too shabby against the Tusk either. If you have a Tiny in your team, you also have a setup for the Cold Feet, so they might just try and go hyper-aggressive on their laning. Not sure if this is an off-lane Tiny yet, or if they want to put him in 4 position.
I was going to say, position 4 bans might be pretty worthwhile here, and they already take out the Sand King. Might not be another one necessarily that you're overly concerned about on that list, already with the Tusk picked up and the Sand King ban, but we'll see if they still go that direction or not.
Yeah, I think the Sand King ban is just there, so he doesn't mess with the Tiny as much. Indicates, excuse me, that he doesn't mess with the Tusk as much. So having a Sand King together with a Tiny on the team, that's a lot of stunts coming out, and that is a lot of stuff you have to deal with your Tusk. In the addition that the Sand King can just dodge out the shots, same as something like a PL, which would be a good pickup for Team King looking at it.
Potentially go that direction. Elder Titan also is still on the board as well. We saw Katsor play the ET last game, so maybe that position 4 they could settle with. But Mad Lads, now with the Razor ban to go with the Oracle, by the way. Interesting ban there coming out from Kinguin. But not wanting the Oracle save.
10 seconds
and what she can do.
Yeah. It's all about the save. If you have a Death Prophet with an Oracle attached, you have a lot of heal. And right now what they want to do is they want to use the AA to the maximum and prevent the Death Prophet from going too crazy in the fight. And Oracle is really good as a counterweight to the Ancient Aberration. So
Yeah.
I think that justifies the ban. They're also still lacking the position 5, and Oracle is pretty good at position 5.
So what will the Cinderin hero be? Back to the Witch Doctor, perhaps? We saw last game.
Dire
Yeah,
team
we'll
pick.
Witch Doctor.
More defensive instead. So with the Oracle ban,
That's
they go
reasonable.
dazzle themselves.
Yeah, that's like the poor man's Oracle in this lineup, but still can work. Have a bit of minus armor already up and running.
10
That will
seconds
help out
remaining.
with the Death Prophet physical damage from the exorcism, that's for sure.
5 seconds remaining.
So now Kinguin. What direction do they go? Again, the Elder Titan's still there. Earth Spirit is still there as well. Another definitely relevant hero for them to pick up.
I want to see Kinguin just do something out of touch and just go with like a Venomancer or something completely unpredictable. Just come up with the AA. We could see it Faceless Void actually. It might be a
Radiant
good pickup for
team
them.
pick.
That's gonna be the puck for now.
Yeah, so the puck coming out, and kind of the question of with a tiny and a puck is who's going to be where type deal. Who's mid, who's off lane? Is one of those going to be safe lane, potentially the tiny even? So it's a good diversity here from Kinguin as far as keeping
10
Mad Lads
seconds
guessing as well.
remaining.
Yeah,
What they're doing.
I could guess for Mad Lads they're gonna
5
pick up something like a
seconds
Dragon
remaining.
Knight now. They see the puck. They probably want to put a DK in the field to force the puck to rotate to another lane. They also can run the Death Prophet on the safe lane. Another good pickup for them, beside the Dragon Knight, might be something like an Underlord for their off lane. Insanely good against the puck. Decent enough against the Tiny. Doesn't fall victim to too much burst damage, and he's somebody who can build into that pipe, which gives them more survivability against the AA.
So Mad Lads already dipping quite a bit again into that reserve time as the fourth pick coming along. Which of the core directions are they going to go now? Maybe they're off lane, maybe the Keizu hero. We saw him play Bat Rider last game. But this doesn't necessarily feel as relevant as a Bat Rider game, maybe.
Dire team
There's
pick.
not big target you won't get, but never mind.
All right.
Looks like we have a Bat Rider.
Yeah. Never mind.
Remember when we talked about the Bat Rider not getting picked? Yeah, forget about that.
They still go the Bat Rider in the end. Obviously brings the initiation and everything. So, and hell, last game, I mean,
10
losing effort
seconds
still, but
remaining.
Keizu, he went 7-0 and 7, I believe it was. So,
Radiant
and a great
That's
effort.
the PL.
There you go. There's the PL as you mentioned. Pretty good reaction. So now they have all their cores potentially, unless they're planning to run a tiny support. I mean, that's potential too. Position 4.
I would run the tiny
10
support, yeah.
seconds remaining.
I feel like an Abaddon might be in the field for them, for Team Kinguin,
5
just as their
seconds
offlaner.
remaining.
It's great against the Battle Rider, we've seen it already once. That might be the pick they want, and it's not too shabby against the Tusk, because you are able to run away.
So Mad
Dire
Lads.
team ban.
Neek spawn coming in from Atlas. Yeah, don't want the Neeks around. If you have a Dazzle, you also have the Death Prophet Bat Rider. He has so much stun potential, and pair that up with a puck, that's a good amount of team fight. For Kinguin, I would say we might still see a Faceless Void for the off
Dire
lane.
team
It's gonna be a
pick.
lot harder with the Bat Rider in tow, but I feel like
Radiant
he can
team
dominate
pick.
his lane. Nope, it's an Udi.
Devourer.
Real mid coming out.
Yeah, OD. They banned the Life Stealer before as well, and definitely would have been a decent pick here for Mad Lad. So it's starting to have to stretch a little bit with what core they want to go with now to help deal with the Phantom
10
Lancer, the
seconds
OD, the
remaining.
Tiny. This is tough. I mean, you'd figure maybe
5
some physical
seconds remaining.
presence here, maybe like a Chaos Knight because they got the Dazzle synergy of Phantasm, the Heal Bomb could be fun.
See that work, but it's a bit risky against the OD because he clears illusions quite easily in the fight, and he's gonna build into BKB if that comes out. Nope, it's a Lone
Choose your
Druid again.
hero.
All right, at least they go back to the Lone Druid. We quick fill planet here again. So Lone Druid with the Death Prophet. I mean, they're going to have a lot of push throughout these earlier parts of the game, but it's just going to be. I mean, they're going to need that because if they don't get a good start, it feels like this could get out of hand in favor of Team Kinguin and what they can do. Katsor, by the way, he's queued up on Puck, so it's actually going to be a support Puck instead with Tiny
That's
played
interesting.
by Patos. Yeah.
the famous roaming puck? Is it happening again?
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times. We've seen Crit for EG do it several times. So
I have no stats on it, but I don't think it's too successful on the roaming so far. It
10
might just be that
seconds
they run
remaining.
Puck and Tiny together on their off lane and just try to exert as much pressure as
5
possible. And they
seconds
kind of
remaining.
both farm up on the lane, trying to pressure the lone druid. But all comes down to AA actually being enough for the PL alone in the safe lane.
interesting stuff here. Again, Kinguin's the one up 1-0, so they're trying to finish the series right here, right now. Qualify for the StarLadder I-League Invitational. Season number 5 here in the European region. Mad Lads looking to force that third and what would be a final game, of course, to come. But it's going to be a challenge, as we knew going into it. Yeah, it does feel like Mad Lads going maybe with a bit of comfort. Like I said, the Batrider KZ, you got Qualifier playing as Lone Druid. The matchup's not necessarily the greatest, but sometimes a comfort factor can overcome that, to be fair. So it's going to be relying a lot on that, though, it seems like.
So here's your money on. I would say, solely looking at the lineup, I like the Mad Lads one a lot more
Prepare
than
for
Kinguin
battle.
here.
Wow, really? No, I like Kinguin's lineup. I definitely like
It's at
Kinguin's
least
lineup.
more exciting for Mad Lads.
It's-
There's a Lone Druid, there's a Bad Rider,
well,
there's a Tusk. We're going to see God Shards again.
My biggest thing is, I mean, yeah, because I've been sure. Maybe next time I'm playing Tusk, like, that's fun and everything. But, like I said, would they even pick the Dazzle into the Ancient Apparition, which in itself is a little questionable? The Lone Druid final pick, it's not the strongest against this this lineup here of Kinguin. It really felt like, as I just said there, that they were going with what just seems comfortable for them as of late, rather than really trying to outdraft necessarily Kinguin. So, yeah, that's why personally I lean towards Kinguin's lineup here.
Alright,
They
I'm
got,
going to
but-
trust maybe next time in Kezu with the Shard Bad Rider combo.
30
That was
seconds
so annoying
to
for the
battle.
Terror late in the last game.
Yeah.
You had like 3 times to it early on, and they're going to try to accomplish the same again. But similar rotation coming up from Outlands, so they're completely going to dodge this Sig on top. At least the ward did not get spotted out this time.
And again, as we saw earlier, the question mark is, was this going to be a bear build or the ranged build? But Quakefud, just like the last game, looks like it's going to have the bear build. The Radiance this game against a Phantom Lancer especially
battle
is
begins.
pretty good to have, so not surprised there to see it. But against OD, on the other hand, not as strong either. Batrider, ooh, a lot of damage off the bat, but he's fine. Just taking plenty of damage, though, before making his way back to the top lane. So it will be OD versus Lone Druid here in the middle lane. Start things off.
Yeah, also starting with 5 tangles on Lane Druid. This is a lineup that should favor him. He also can get a better block, but the lane is going to push in his favor. He's up against the AD, so he's going to miss out naturally on a lot of last hits. But I think he should be fine. He has those 2 instances, both the bear and himself, to last hit, so I feel like mid lane is going in their favor slightly. However, the top lane, yeah, look at there. You know, it's sad when you have to TP from over here to your T1.
Yeah. Never a fun time. Sticky napalm, though, without the doppelganger. He is having to respect that for the time being, so well played by Keizu, taking advantage of the circumstance. But as soon as level 2 hits, then it does become a little bit different.
Yeah, then he has to
Relax.
free escape, and I think they planned around it quite efficiently. Just picking the PL up. Looks like a really key component for them here.
Death Prophet got a little low at the bottom lane. So, yeah, the safe lane Death Prophet being played by Madara. Getting healed up, of course, by Dazzle, but with a tiny puck down here. Call it the Tuck combo, actually. But anyways, Tiny, he's actually being the one farm priority, of course, at the bottom. And right now, 5-2. Understandable. Again, when it comes to CS, really not many heroes better than him. At that top lane, by the way, they are diving. 5 stacks of that sticky napalm. They're going to get first blood here, most likely. Maybe next time taking return damage. But they do get first blood and should be able to escape as well. Still no level 2 on Phantom Lance here. So still no Doppelganger, but Tusk sticking around too long. And now he has Doppelganger because of the kill right there. So not the prettiest finish, but they still got first blood at least.
Yeah, they got the first blood. That could have turned sour if he died on the PL. That would have been a disaster. They have the experience advantage. They have a strong laning, and I don't think AA can really stand around here much longer because he's just gonna. This is gonna happen over and over again. He's gonna get sharded in. He's gonna get yeah, basically Fireflight up. PL can do nothing to help him out.
Middle lane, back and forth, pretty even so far. 10-2 versus 10-1. Bottom lane, Spirit Siphon happening on a puck. You also have Dazzle nearby, so Madara will be fine. Cats are just there to apply some more harassment to the Death Prophet, but slight advantage for Patos as far as his CS in the earlier part of the game. But not a lot of movement. In fact, there's really been no movement early on. Usually we're so used to seeing like musical lanes and some early rotations maybe, but everyone's sticking to their lanes as we got a 2-1-2 setup here.
Yeah, some kind of gentleman's agreement. We don't gank if you don't gank. Both sides seem to be fine with this. There's a PL farming top, there's a lone druid farming in the mid lane, Madara not doing too bad on the bot lane, so I'll say it's okay. Sinner in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Toss hits, Avalanche. He cuts him off.
Oh, nice.
Placed there by Patos. Okay, no shallow grave on Dazzle yet, so couldn't cue that up. He went the poison touch early on. At level 2, it's a nice find there from Kinguin. See Qualifier, he actually TP'd back the bear to pick up some items, get some regen. It's back now though. Assisting with more last hitting, and it continues to be very close. It's even. 18-2, 17-4 here in the middle lane. You got to expect those roams are eventually coming though, right? Especially from the Tusk perhaps.
I think they want to keep the Tusk at top a little bit more and utilize the bad right and making some pressure on the AA. I could, however, see the Dazzle helping out mid just so slightly because I feel like Madara is going to be fine and Cinder is just going to get beefed up at bottom once more, I think. And that should...
Go the tree.
Wait for it.
There you go.
Treed. There we go. Homing in.
Saw that coming. Interesting, says the puck. Very interesting.
We all know Tree Grab is the better homing missile.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch, actually. This huge log flying through the air. Knowing the death is coming. Not much you can do there. Again, Dazzle, 2.5, so like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he levels up Shallow Grave at level 3 because of what's going on here, but it's a rough time for him. Well played by Puck and Tiny, though. Taking advantage of him being down here. Oh, middle lane, yeah, Nisha. Oh, the root hits. Double damage Rune Bear, Koikva. Hey, you know, yeah, well, you're not going to get roots if you don't try for it, right? So, well played,
Dire's
Koikva.
middle tower is under attack.
Miss 100% of the roots you don't take.
Exactly, said Michael Scott. Originally said by Wayne Gretzky, though. OD ports back in. Koikva, he just walks off. He's good. So giving Koikva a bit of an advantage now in the middle lane. And the Helm of the Dominator is coming. Top lane, Snowball going in. They take out Ancient Apparition. Exotic Deer is going to take out Keizu, though, in the very quick response. So giving up a kill to Phantom Lancer, only killing AA. Feels pretty good for Kinguin there.
Yeah, there's not really any chance to actually kill off Exotic Deer unless he makes a big misplay. As long as he holds on with the Doppelganger, just to not get any more Firefly damage and get out of the shards, he should be fine, not falling down his load spawns. Yeah, I guess the AA is just here to, like, I guess, what else do we do with our AA? He needs to get experience somewhere, and mid is not the place for him to be.
A prize.
Yeah, not the most ideal, but like you said, it's trying just not to die. Stay alive as best you can, knowing it's probably going to happen once or twice. That's happened a couple times here. So, kind of keeping it at a limit, though.
What?
El Lisa, who's right now working with a pole cam, but as I say that, the Invis Tusk coming in. Oh, boy. Feels bad, man. Nope, they're not going to open, actually, initially. Oh, but he's running back in now. He wants to stop this stack, but little does he know Tusk is right on top of him. We got a shard block ready. Going for the cold feet onto the Bat Rider there, and actually going to be frozen up because of the snowball. Brings it back in. Keizu keeping his distance, however, Ancient Apparition does go down. So far well played from Mad Lads, but Phantom Lancer now running after Keizu. Doppelganger forward, he still wants this kill. Another Phantom Rash coming up in 2 seconds. A Spirit Lance as well. It's not enough damage. So Keizu lives.
Again, gold shots. He's so on point the entire series so far, maybe next time with the Tusk.
Radiant's top tower is under
No surprise
attack.
they pick up the Tusk again just because he's constantly hitting them. He's such a big deciding factor.
Is there any
they get a little bit more out of these lanes?
What do we think Phantom Lancer's going this game? Is it going to be the Diffusal Blade, or is perhaps the old,
Dire's
I
middle
don't almost an
tower
old school,
is
but
under attack.
more recent Battle Fury again has
Dire's
been a
structures
potential
are
too?
fortified.
Not sure if we want to see the Battle Fury in this game. I could imagine something like going for the Diffusal and then maybe even building into Lincoln Sphere just to have support in the team. There's no big targets for them that can't build it. Beside the puck, but he's probably not going to have enough farm to get it at a reasonable time. So maybe something fancy in his item lineup, but he should have enough farm to skip the Battle Fury and just go for aggressive items.
Bottom lane, Madara says it's time to push the tower. Exorcism popped. Gonna do some good damage. Pato, Spirit Siphon's up and gonna keep him at distance. However, more rotations happening. Ancient Apparition now coming in. Does have Chilling Touch ready. Will they send more in here? Probably not. He tried to deny to Tiny. Unsuccessful, though. Spirit Siphon's still hitting it. That's pretty long range. Eventually gets away, though. Guess it does he have infused raindrops? Yeah. One proc in there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Middle lane, meanwhile.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Wrapping around. Koikfa's charging in. He has support, though, coming from behind Exotic Deer. However, also here on Phantom Lancer, Koikfa's just going to be run out using the bear. Doppelganger forward, though. So many illusions. Koikfa, nice stomp right there with the Centaur. But another Phantom Rush secures the kill. Meanwhile, he lost his puck teammate, but Phantom Lancer still feeling pretty good. Ancient Apparition going to be run down. Madara puts the Siphon up. So Ancient Apparition definitely dead here. Exotic Deer relies it by himself. Not much more he can do. But maybe with Patos, different story. Snowball in, however, on Phantom Lancer. He's going to be lasted up. Now all of a sudden he's the one that has to be careful. Doppelganger in 1 second. Puts up the Spirit Lance. There's a Doppelganger. Katsor, he's back into the fight as well. Exotic Deer trying to live this whole time. Avoids the shards. But it's not enough. He does go down in the long run. Ancient Apparition TP's back in. This fight lasting forever, it feels like. And we're still not done. Avalanche connects. Madara with the one use. But it's going to be enough damage in the long run. However, comes at a cost for Tiny's life. And now Ancient Apparition again going to die. Double kill coming out for Keizu. They're trying to make it 3 kills, and they will. The triple kill in the end. For Keizu. That fight just kept on going, man.
I think this is the most you will ever get out of a Bad Rider early on in the game, pre-blink. I know, they start off with a crazy snowball under the tower on the puck, which misses, then they end up in a weird situation where they can't really, they can't finish up a tower, they're involved in a team fight. Then it just turns into, I guess I use Firefly and just kill 3 of the heroes. Just not dying off at all on the battle. He gets so much value out of his magic mod in that fight, that's insane.
Koikfa, meanwhile, again ran at, but it's just going to be too much life to work with. Cinnamon, Shallow Grave, it wears off, though. At least they catch something out of it. Get the support. Ancient Apparition, they need him to get level 6, though. Goes without saying, that Ice Blast. Definitely changed how the hero works, and obviously his impact in the game.
Regeneration.
Yeah, I think Kinguin wants to fight once they reach those level 6. AA is going to be factors, same will be with Kaiser on the puck. He's actually close to it, one more wave and he has it. There's a Tome in the stash as well, so he's going to take up the level 6 over the AA. I feel like with that they should be able to pull off some decent fights, or at least have some catch-out potential for the lone druid if they want to.
Keizu trying to lasso up Katsor here on the puck in the middle lane, but just misses. And Katsor actually going to be able to, or using the Tome there, so he has his Dream Coil. But no way they're defending middle lane with the numbers that they have, so they give it up. And now Keizu's working towards top lane with that Blink Dagger, looking for another chance. And 6-1-3 so far this game. Yeah, the ward spots him, though. So no go there. Ancient Apparition will just TP away. Oh, meanwhile in the backline zone. Cinnamon gets caught with the Dream Coil. Waning Rift Silence. Shallow Graves. He's going to buy some time for a response at least. The Illusion's running after him, though, and the Heal Bomb's going to be enough to survive in the end. Well played there. Katsor now, he's in trouble. Illusory Orb not in time. So the Shallow Grave buys time to turn and keeps Cinnamon alive ultimately.
Only level 1 Waning Rift wasn't enough to prevent a Grave.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I know, like, that was a pretty good gank attempt. If they managed to catch Synderen there in the backline, they could have set up for an even longer fight with somebody rotating in, like the PL or like the UT. Like, you just lost the hero for nothing. Synderen gets some much needed experience, placed to level 6 as well. It's going to be more armor and amplify for them.
Pato sitting comfortably at the bottom lane, looking to make a play. There's a Walrus Punch from Tusk. Maybe next time has no clue this was happening, though. He's going to snowball in Ancient Apparition. Can he somehow escape the one use? The Shard, but he blocked himself in. Hell of an attempt. Wasn't to be, though. So he gets caught at the bottom. Tiny, though. He's really trying to recover here. He's down there at, what, 6th overall on the net worth chart. That tower kill
Radiant's
help.
bottom tower has fallen.
Working towards
Set
that
Nisha
blink.
up top with an invis ring. He might want to fight here. It's still running for about 20 seconds.
Yeah, OD nearby. Dreamcall is ready for puck. So if the Radiant team committed to a push, definitely could have, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Death Prophet, by the way, he went priority Hooded Defiance early on in this game. What do you think of that?
I think it's much needed on the DP. Just going for the magic resist. We were talking about a potential pipe hero with the Underworld coming through, but instead they go for the DP and the Battle. The Battle usually does not go for defensive items.
Should be a kill on puck.
Yeah, not a gold puck. No yields, no escape, no blink. Just go for the veil. That veil is going to amplify that, and that's another reason to go
Dire's
for
top
the
tower
early
is
Hood of
under
Defiance. You
attack.
can always upgrade to the pipe if needed. You look at pretty much everybody on the sort of Kinguin has high magic
Radiant's
damage.
middle tower
So like
is
PL,
under
but even
attack.
that is worth going for a hit for.
Speaking of PL, the Diffusal Blade just about finished for him. Needs the recipe. And that'll be taken care of. Well, he's farming out some Ancients currently, trying to make sure that happens. You have OD also working on a Force Staff, so the eventual Hurricane Pike, of course, going to be happening as well. They do have an Ice Blast now from Ancient Apparition, so you can tell the Dire team they're ready to take a fight here at the top lane. But the Radiant Heroes all running back. Illusory Orbit's not going to really spot anybody. And for now, Mad Lads has retreated, but they're not fully falling back. They're almost waiting for Kinguin to come in still and respond.
Yeah, both teams really feel comfortable just farming up their carry. I feel like Kezu with this blink, they want to make something happen, even without the lasso. They just really want to disrupt anyone, even if it's just UD, even if they just deny one creep count. That's a creep count you're ahead. They want to capitalize on their small lead, especially with this good timings on the Bad Rider.
Katzer, meanwhile, trying to finish a Veil of Discord for the team. Nice damage amp for his squad. They're going to smoke up actually as 3. I don't think that they were spotted. Doesn't look like it. The Rapid bottom. They would love to go Koikva, but unfortunately for them, Koikva's already TPing away. And he's meeting up with the team. It looks like Mad Lads could be doing a smoke play of their own
Dire are
at this
scanning.
point. Yep, there you go.
Sacred Relic completed as well. Helm of the Dominator and Sacred Relic, 40 minutes, that's some good timing. He's sitting top of the network chart. This LD has the potential to snowball out of control. Together with an Exorcism, that's so much pushing power. You lay down the Exorcism in front of a tower, means a Kinguin is not gonna run into that, and then you just have
Dire's
to
middle
bear
tower
pushing it
is
up.
under attack.
Added benefit of having a creep from the Helm of the Dominator as well.
Dire's
Now
top
comes the
tower
Ice Blast
is
at the
under
top
attack.
lane, but
Dire's
Tower
structures
definitely
are
falling right here.
fortified.
They have the Sacred Relic, of course, on the Bears, and no Radiance just yet, but the Sacred Relic alone. So much enhanced damage to work with. And yeah, you can see Kinguin's not interested in defending for good reason. They have Tiny at the bottom lane. He's still trying to finish his blink. It looks like he's going to go purchase it now at least.
Dire's top
So
tower
that's key
has
to
fallen.
have. And Diffusal is finished on Phantom Lancer. So the first priority items are starting to pop up now for Kinguin.
They should be able to burst down the supports quite efficiently, because especially with the blink dagger on Tiny, Nice Cinder won't survive anymore on like barely any HP. Because they have not only Puck, but also the time to just jump in front and eliminate somebody from the fight before it starts. They still have to watch out, because Exorcism is a powerful tool they have to deal with, and together with Velocity, there's lots of counter initiation from Mad Lads.
Ooh, Ancient Apparition rotating over with Tiny. Also going to be joined up with Phantom Lancer as well, hoping that somebody just walks on the uphill here. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Death Prophet would be a nice target, but hug of the tower. They don't really see anyone on the map, so clearly Mad Lads is playing it very safe for the time being.
Radiant
And
are
they would be
scanning.
correct. And look at that. They actually scanned exactly where they were, at least. You see now Tusk is also rotating back from the bottom lane, so very good heads up there by Mad Lads. It's almost like they knew exactly where Kinguin was, despite no vision on them.
coin.
I think they're going down the same road as they did in the last game, just trying to farm up as much as possible, then hit their key timings, and then just try to get mega creeps, and this time do not run into a Nature's Prophet. They're going to go for one heavy push, probably after like a pick off, going into duration, and either pushing down, or just use the farming edges and get even more ahead. Probably at this point, it's going to be more farming for them. And they smack up on the wood.
Whoops.
Really nice position.
Yeah.
That's really hard to dodge this one, and it barely caught him in the vision. This little strip of vision behind the T1 in mid.
Actually, they still might catch somebody. Katsuo is going to be the target. He's out of tier nearby with the Spirit Lance. But not much more he can do, so even though they were seen, they still make the kill happen. I mean, they definitely were seen, too, because the pings were coming out and everything from Kinguin there. So I guess Puck just felt like he could react in time. Not so much. Ice Blast coming through, spotting Roshan. They did commit Exorcism for this, so Mad Lad's pretty all in on securing it. Doesn't look like Kinguin wants to give it up for free, though.
Blocked by Charles, but Puck is coming in. It's a Veil, and a Puck coming into it. They're going to hit right at the right timing.
Oh, Tusk. OD dealing with him initially. Roshan still has plenty of life. Exorcism is going to be wearing off here in a couple seconds, as we see. And now Tusk, I mean, he's buying some time, but probably going to die himself in the back lines. Meanwhile, up here, Tiny jumps in on multiple. The Sanity's Eclipse comes out. LD is dead. Dazzle buys back immediately, but that combo, though, from Kinguin hits them big time, and now they're trying to find Roshan for themselves. Madara doesn't want to give it up. Again, no Exorcism, though. Down he goes. Kizu picks up the Aegis. When it's all said and done, he does die right after it. Can he now make the getaway? 4-step out from OD, waiting Rift, Batrider. OD, he's going for something in the back lines, vanishes up, and they will finish off Batrider again. They also catch Cinder in. And they're going to collapse on him, so Kinguin dominates here at the Roshan pit. And they just took control of this early game now.
But I must say, definitely survived, and actually, yeah, Kazu not only got the Roshan kill, also the Aegis. They get both. They get nothing out of this one. So even after such a fight, it was not really such a big swing in terms of net worth. It's just 1.5k coming out in favor of Kinguin.
Radiant's
That
top
could have
tower
ended in
has
an
fallen.
absolute disaster where they get nothing, but Keza really salvaged the situation.
Yeah. Made it a little more okay for sure, but still, Kinguin get nice momentum there themselves. They now have Phantom Lancer actually with a casual Hooded Defiance himself, and is now going to Yasha, but occasionally we will see this. Of course, especially like a Phantom Lancer, you know, picking it up, but they are dealing with a lot of magic damage on the other side, Batrider especially. Yeah, it's been annoying.
Dire are scanning.
Oh, Puck was trying for a random Dream Coil here to catch. I believe it was Death Prophet, but she's already TP'd back, so.
Yeah, that's just one of the dream calls you have to take, or you miss it, right?
Yeah, I can't blame him for that. Especially being a support here.
If he hits it.
Exactly. On the core, it's the most farmed hero, or not the most farmed hero, but one of the most farmed heroes in the game right now. Death Prophet. It definitely would have been worth it for sure. Or was worth it.
Yeah, talking about DP, going for the BKB next. I'm gonna see Bash actually coming at Filling Druid, so the more traditional bear build this time. I think he's in fear of just getting eliminated in the fight by OD, just getting Astro imprisoned up, and then just zoned out by Puck and A8. So going for the bear build instead, who is not an easy target to burst down, even with an attack.
Radiant are scanning.
Bears heading towards the bottom. Looks like Koikfa trying to finish a Basher next. To go with the Radiance Helm of the Dominator. There's a Hurricane Pike, though, picked up from OD. On the other side. Well, nice tools coming out more so for Kinguin, it seems like. And a lot of pings over here. They definitely see the Radiance out of the area. Nisha's going to find Madara kind of split up from this team. And Madara's in trouble. Yeah, Ice Blast is going to connect. This is a kill. Yosa's only going to delay this, it looks like. They just run him down. They can't catch anyone else, but oh, they got Dazzle, I guess. But yeah, nice catch.
Cinder sacrifices himself to save the team.
So finding Death
Nisha
Prophet.
Still...
Oh, wow.
Nisha.
Yeah, he's going deep, isn't he? I just thought it was done for now, but uh-oh. Sanity's Eclipse is not going to be a kill, and Nisha might have overextended a little bit.
A little bit. I guess you could say
structures
just
are fortified.
slightly. Just a
slightly.
little bit.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. Because that just kind of gives Mad
Radiant's
Lads
middle tower has fallen.
back almost with the loss on Death Prophet there. At least they killed
I
the
feel
tier
like
one.
if he if he managed to lay down the Sanity's Eclipse on the Tusk, he couldn't have Snowball because he lacked the mana. And he was trying to go for like a cheeky double kill before he dies to the lone druid, but dodges with the Snowball. That would have been a nice play. We've seen a lot of daring plays so far. Puck Dream Calls, OD diving to 2 towers.
This ward spotted his smoke, by the way. The pinks came out immediately. So they 100% know, and yeah, you see them falling back as a team. 10 seconds before OD's back up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But Mad Lad's gonna just kill the mid-tier 2 tower instead. At least that's their intention. Exorcism committed for this, actually. Echo Saber, by the way, just picked up by Patos playing Tiny, so he has a little more burst damage to work with now. Oh, Dream Coil. Oh, they caught Keizu actually on the uphill, stopping him from jumping in, if anything. At least that's the idea for now. Puck. He's going to be able to blink out after the Astral Imprisonment. Tiny, a 3-man set on the backline's going right for Death Prophet. It's going to be snowballed up initially. The Ice Blast goes through. They're going back on to Tiny. Tiny is going to be bursted down. Exotic Deer, though, sitting on top of them. The Exorcism is doing work from Death Prophet. Exotic Deer getting frozen up. Has to be careful of his own life, so does Nisha, but they're able to run down Tusk. See Madara Exorcism heals him up to full, but no longer has the presence. They picked up Batrider and Tusk. They lost Tiny. 2 for 1.
Yeah, they just died with Lassie being off of cooldown, so they might as well have the initiation, but really good from Tiny just jumping in. Trying to annihilate Death Prophet. Almost worked as well, but in the end the Hood of Defiance really was a saving grace for her, and then the Spiritual Turn was full again. Actually,
no.
Free kill on Nisha.
I mean, he just kind of walked up to him, and Nisha's like, all right, I'll just kill this bear. Yeah, and then the root happened, and then everything changed. So, whoops.
Dark light.
Good find.
Lone Druid may have forgotten about his basher he has on the courier. Sitting there for 2 minutes already. He's stepping back.
Nice to have. Oh, Tiny middle lane. They catch the Dazzle. Katzo with a nice silence. Stops the lasso. Keizu still in pursuit. Patos going to throw up with the Yules. The Dream Coil keeping the heroes nearby, but eventually stops it. Tiny's run down. So with the OD kill before that, this absolutely will secure the middle tier 2 tower now. For Mad Lads.
Yeah, finally. If not more, they see 40 seconds on the sideline for the Tiny. No, they're gonna split up. Browser farm.
Yeah, trying to maybe control for next Roshan.
Yeah. Lay down some control on the map, that's true. And just try to go for one more defensive item. Especially on the Batrider, BKB would help out wonders in those fights. It's going to be completed on the Death Prophet as well soon. Dara is working towards it.
Got it.
Meanwhile, Exotic Deer, he finishes his Manta style actually on Phantom Lancer. Looks like he has the heart queued up next, but farming very nice. Second in the game behind that Lone Druid, of course, who, as you said, finished the Basher. And we'll see what he goes for next. Is anything on the very end? Nope, nothing. 3,100 gold saved up, though, so something's going to be coming soon.
I could imagine NAC. Just having that aura for your team helps out immensely with the physical damage output from the DP as well. You have more tire pitching potential. That should be the item he's aiming for. If he doesn't want something extremely defensive for himself but not the bear.
Puck, meanwhile, Katzor just pushing out the bottom lane. Again, you kind of have to remind yourself this is a support puck, technically. Let's have a Blink Veil, though, and 600 gold saved up, so not too shabby. And actually setting up bottom lane. Support is coming in. Cinderin might find him. Yep, he's going to find him, but out comes the Waning Rift. Is he going to Drink Coil? No, he's out of range! Oh, no. OD is now running in. He puts the imprisonment up on Tusk. There's the Eels trying to buy some time. Ice Blast going through, though. Nice snowball. Not the prettiest initiation here. They are going to kill Tusk in the end of the backlines, and now they find Madara. They run after him. That man just decimates. All of a sudden, he doesn't have anything, and Madara goes down. So this is actually working out pretty well in the long run for Kinguin, despite the ugly start. They're going to get 3 heroes at least, and possibly more. Batrider, yeah, Sanity's Eclipse, double kill.
I'll snuff out your sanity.
There was no split pushing going on, so no Lone Druid taking Rags this
Radiant's
time.
bottom tower is under attack.
I'd say rocky initiation, as you said, but force execution afterwards, just to show that the Death Prophet can't really deal with the diffusal blade so far. that came in from Exotic Deer. He has a BKB
Radiant's
now,
bottom
finally
tower
finished up
is
at
under
27
attack.
minutes. Ideally, he wanted it like 5 minutes earlier, but he
Radiant's
got
bottom
delayed
tower
just a little
has
bit with the
fallen.
mid-fight and this fight now. Gonna set him up, set him back just a little bit, so 3k gold lead for Kinguin. Gonna set them up for Rage as well.
That would be a good idea to do, but yeah, you mentioned the Desolator on
Radiant's
Koikfa, so
bottom
this
tower
game more
is
and
under
more going to
attack.
really be on his back, it feels like, as far as needing that Rakium to kick in and starting to push the base as Kinguin's distracted elsewhere, but so far hasn't been able to accomplish that yet.
Radiant's top tower is
As
under
the bear
attack.
is still pushing up here, but ooh, nice send back. But he almost got the hit off. Not to be, but you mentioned Roshan is up too. They choose not to go for the Roshan just
Radiant's
yet.
top tower is under attack.
Maybe the second Roshan kill.
I think a potential cheese from the tower would be the ideal scenario for Mad Lads. BKB and cheese on the Death Prophet. And well, I'm sure he's going to survive at least a little bit before he gets nuked down.
They draw a line. Looks like Keizu actually drawing a line right down the middle lane. They might smoke here. I don't see any smokes. Nope, nobody has a smoke currently. Maybe delivering? No, but they're waiting for somebody to show middle lane. It's not going to be the case for now.
Water on the high ground. It almost looked like they were pretending to smoke.
Yeah.
They're still waiting on it. There we go. Now they have it.
It needs to be sent out
Radiant's
still.
top tower is under
Another
attack.
ward on the high ground. Just over here again.
It's going to see them,
Vision
yeah.
here, vision here. You're gonna see the smoke in the occur. They also see the Radiant set up slowly approaching, and they're gonna dodge out. They're gonna pitch bottom with Tiny.
Tiny has a Shadow Blade coming, but Ice Blast will spot them in the Roshan pit. And now Mad Lads is like, what do we do? Well, they're going to just go for Roshan, so they don't really... Okay, now they pop. I was going to say, I don't know if that's going to work.
Fake.
Fake Roshan Katsor. He will spot them. Keizu can get the jump. There's the lasso. Nisha in response, though, with the imprisonment. We're now keeping him alive. Nisha, though, he has to be careful himself. Trying to get away. Going to be netted up for the time being. He can be popped by Madara on that Death Prophet Exotic Deer. Spirit Siphon's on him. He's running. Tiny eventually gets here. Great avalanche to stall him as well as Drink Hole, but it's too much damage to handle. Phantom Lancer will fall in the long run. So Kinguin, they got involved in a fight. They weren't necessarily ready to take as a team. Nice job by Mad Lads. And they're going to transition into the base. We'll see what they can get here.
This is Exorcism Bear. This tower is gonna fall so fast right
Dire
now.
structures are
After
fortified.
the fortification is done, it's also 40 seconds on the sideline for the OD, so it's not even buyback. There's one on the PL, but what do you do with your PL here?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he is going to buy back. That's what I was wondering. So, but like you said, okay, it is going to be enough of a threat. They got tier 3, and Mad Lads will respect that. And now fall back, so they get the tier 3, they get the buyback, they have a double damage rune spawn. And I wonder if they're going to use that to maybe try Roshan now, but Odie's up in 15. So maybe not.
Fairly greedy, but I think they can pull it off.
Got it.
Some nice straight finished up for Bear. Bear is the MVP right now in terms of items. 19k net worth. Next one in line would be the PL with 14k.
Yeah.
Almost 2 items ahead.
We're getting to that point where Ags is probably going to be an item purchased from Koikfa. Use that bear. He has the Maelstrom now. So might finish the Mjolnir first. Also, that AC would still be good, as you mentioned earlier.
He did go for the
Radiant are
Desolator
scanning.
instead, which is just as good as a choice. He's probably going to go for the Mjolnir next to have more attack speed, feeling like he needs additional magic damage. Which I can't understand, particularly Rocky's Smoke Gang. They're going to run into a bear. Doesn't reveal. Not sure they saw him actually.
Oh, that blink reaction from Keizu. He avoids the jump, and now it's actually Kinguin the one that's retreating. Yeah, so all because of that
Also
blink
had a
reaction.
gem.
Oh, true. That would have been a
Really
gem
good
kill.
This should secure the rage for them. They have a lot of damage, and the D rune was bottled up on the bear, so they have that for the rage fight.
They're not going all out for it, though. I mean, they're sitting on an exorcism here from Death Prophet. It's really only the bear and Lone Shoot himself in the pit. So they're being somewhat cautious. But there we
Carlos
go.
is pushing on the bottom. Yeah, I think they realize there's no real threat to them getting contested, no effect to them. It's gonna be nasty ice blast, but this one you don't care that much about it. Also, free region. And a pulse.
Talk
Let
it
that
over.
sink in a little, not rage.
Yeah. A little tilting pause coming out. No, obviously, sure some actual issue, but now they have an Aegis on Lone Druid. They have a cheese on Death Prophet. So a lot more confidence now to work with. 17 more 100 gold on Qualifier. Yeah, OD's found himself in a couple of circumstances where, again, there's that one at the top lane especially, where he kind of just dove on a 3 heals, ended up dying, and feels like that's biting him in the ass a little bit
Is under attack.
as this game has picked up now. But he has a Shiva's finish at least, so that'll be useful. And Yule's finished on Puck, so again, Puck is definitely farmed pretty nicely for being a support Puck right here.
Yeah, he's trying his best. The position 5 support is struggling again. That's the later playstyle on both sides. Talking which about. Ice Int, there's a tiny on your high ground. And yeah, they struggle due to the nature of both teams just going for these hyper-aggressive, we focus our cores, protect our cores at all costs kind of builds. You see it on Kinguin just in particular try to protect the OD as much as they can with like Puck running right in the front line, sacrificing himself, and the sort of Mad Lads you have the same, just send it right to Death Prophet as well as Lone Druid.
You see down here, Tiny, they got the bear. Well, they open onto it.
Oh,
wow.
That feels bad.
Yeah, like they had.
Super slight mistiming.
Yeah, they had to let Tiny open. I mean, it's because OD kind of went in first, and Shiva's and that kind of gave Qualifier the information to react. So
I think what happened is he wanted to blink a little bit further, but he hit the closer. Yeah, he hit the closer range on the blink dagger, so he only got teleported for a 4/5 of the range.
yeah.
That's why he didn't get the Shiva off immediately.
So for now, see bottom lane. We have Katsor hanging in the area, looking to see if he can make a play, but nope, he'll TP away. And that'll be that. So Qualifier pushing it out. We do have information now. It is going to be a Mjolnir coming up next, as expected there. And again, I got to think the Ags is going to be after that. That's kind of just a natural follow-up.
You want that because at that point the bear can just solely annihilate a Rax if he's on the other side of the map. And with already 1-2-3 down, he's gonna have a lot of pushing power, especially with the Axe. Then you can split push with 5 heroes on one lane and bear on the other. You're gonna
Radiant's
get a
top
better trade.
tower is under attack.
Ice blast
Looks like a
down.
free
Dire's
Yeah.
bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Rip Tower.
Yeah, they kill it pretty
That was
quickly.
5 hits.
That bear's pretty good for
coming
that.
through.
So, gotta defend the bottom tier 3 though.
Radiant's
Different
top
story
tower
here.
is under attack.
And they're going to try to for now. Exorcism is committed to this. Bat Rider, he's looking for that target. Exotic
Radiant
Deer.
structures are fortified. Dire's
done.
bottom tower
The
has
front
fallen.
lines, the bear up to the melee racks is melting away. They just cannot stop it. Even the shallow grave views, but Pato's like, now's our chance. Jumps on Madara. Out comes BKB though with the Shiva's using the back lines. And yeah, Phantom Lancer doppelgagging backwards himself. Nisha is just trying to kill off the bear, which I believe he does. Bat Rider goes down. Buyback from Tiny as he does fall. Cinnamon is going to be picked off. Qualifier, second bear. Loses this one. That's going to be a good 100+ seconds without a bear, and it's very likely going to happen as cut off kind of ancient apparitions. But Phantom Lancer realizing, yeah, they can kill Death Prophet. We'd rather secure the kill onto her. Although she does have cheese. 2 seconds. Will she use it? No, it would be lost cause. All right, well.
Yeah, I think he wanted to cheese TP out, but then realized the puck is around. He misswapped his items for a second. He wanted to swap on the Temple Throne, accidentally put the cheese out of the inventory, and then had to swap it up again. But well, they got the melee rank, so pretty much 4 hits, 5 hits, I wasn't counting, but it was below 6, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, that was just way too quick to do anything about it for Kinguin. It's understandable that happened, but I mean that's the thing too, though. It's like it's going to happen. It's just what you do after the fact, and feels like Kinguin. It was a pretty good response, and actually the bear again is going to be jumped here. And they kill it. So he doesn't have a bear now for 55 seconds, actually.
Yeah, the counter push is coming out.
Radiant's middle
They
tower
have a
has
feasible
fallen.
amount of time push potential for themselves. And they have a PL who's not unkillable, but really tanky.
Oh yeah, with that heart especially. So they're at least trying to get the tier 3. Death Prophet up in about 10 seconds now. There's the jump to the backlines. Maybe next time. Taking the avalanche. Will snowball on up. Meanwhile, Lasso. It brings in OD. OD, though, has that Hurricane Pike. He's going to be savage towards backwards anyways. And he'll be fine. Phantom Lancer still hanging around. Going to create more illusions. Going for the melee racks himself. So they're going to get it. And now look to fall back. Madara is into the fight. Doesn't have his exorcism just yet. Shallow Grave comes up with the BKB. No exorcism, though, once again. So Tusk goes down. And now Death Prophet having to keep his distance. So this is looking good for Kinguin right now. They're going to get the response with the Rex kill themselves, and are they really going to keep going this?
I think they want to threaten it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Why not?
is
I
under
mean,
attack.
Exotic Deer he's not even dropping low. Still has that half up and running.
There's Exorcism, so the Radiant side definitely all in and trying to defend right here. The Bear, it's getting low, but you can tell Koikva, he needs to be very careful off to the side. Maybe next time Walrus punch in, but now he's dropping and gets a kill from Dazzle. Keizu also distracting Nisha. Nisha's very low. Nisha's definitely going to go down. Astral Imprisonment will just delay the inevitable. Exotic Deer, he wants to chase Keizu. It's not going to work. Oh, got to blink away initially. Nisha's still alive, finally. Is done in, though. And now it's a game of retreat for Kinguin and the rest. And it looks like the rest will be fine, despite losing OD. OD does have a buyback, though.
Yeah, OD has a buyback, but we know what happened last time they had a big on the high ground. This time it's no exorcism. Ration is not up for right 4 minutes. They have a big wave top, but that's going to get cleared out quite soon.
Got it. Hey, where'd you go?
They're agging themselves actually on the Druid, going for the AC. More minus armor.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier as well. So, not as strong rack game, but I mean, it's kind of it's. They're not really relying on that though. To be fair, they are kind of grouping up and pushing base, and so AC in that aspect is better
Dire's middle barracks are
of a
under
choice. It
attack.
feels like. Oh, nice pull back there initially. Lasso hit Phantom Lancer, but they stopped Keizu with the Drain Coil in place. And so the Lasso essentially doing nothing. Koikva manages to TP out barely. And they can't get Dazzle either. The Imprisoment's not in time. That's big. I mean, that could have been so much worse. They only lose Bat Rider. That felt like at least 2, if not 3 kills coming.
Yeah, I think this is actually a better trade from Outlands. They had no exorcism anyway, so they threatened to push the high ground. They forced OD's buyback to actually come off with a 1k goal advantage in this fight, you could say.
Uh-oh.
Pick off force BKB.
Yep, force BKB, and they'll be happy with that. That's got to be down to like 5 seconds now, it feels like. Yeah, it's 6 seconds.
Yeah, but it's one of the items on the DP. He doesn't really need the duration. He just needs to activate it once, so people go away from him. So it's not that much of a, not that big of a deal. However,
Radiant's
I feel like
bottom
Qualifier is
shrine is under attack.
going for the BKB himself on the lone druid.
A prize.
BKB
Dire's
Bear with
bottom
everything.
barracks are
What
under
are you gonna
attack.
do about that?
Yeah, it's not an easy task. I mean, they just finished an MKP on Phantom Lancer,
Radiant's
so
bottom shrine
he
is under
is dealing
attack.
some good damage. As that's coming out officially. There we go. And now he has a Nullifier queued up. So definitely Phantom Lancer is a hero that you have to respect also if you're Mad Lads and what he's doing this game. 4,000 gold saved up on Nisha meanwhile, and there we go. He right-clicks the BKB. So he has his own now too.
Game of BKBs indeed, but just my pick. Shows.
Close call here. Ancient Apparition. Glimmer Cape going to barely keep him alive. They jump back on it. Tusk taking plenty of upfront burst damage. He's not going to be safe for maybe a Shallow Grave. Will keep him alive. BKB activated by OG as he gets lassoed in, but he forced step over the ledge. Maybe next time will fall in the midst of it. You do see Madara again, the Exorcism activated, trying to hold his ground. Does have that cheese still out. Comes the Ascending Eclipse, has to pop the cheese, but he's still in plenty of trouble. Nice banish on a Dazzle. They finish off Death Prophet. The Avalanche to take out Cinnamon as well, or help that. Yules, again, the whole delay game, the Shallow Grave, just like before. Meanwhile, over here, Koikva's being run down, actually. If Katsor can run up to him, a couple more hits, and he has it. One more. Oh, he needs one more. Blink Dagger in 6 seconds. He runs back in. Savage. What a play from Koikva. That was his only play, and he makes it. And he is actually going to survive because of that. Ice Blast.
Oh, no.
Oh, boom.
Got him.
Interesting.
Interesting, says Puck.
Interesting indeed.
All right. Fight for
Radiant's
Kinguin. And
middle
they're going right for tier
tower is
4.
under attack.
Wow. Yeah, they have to buy back.
Radiant structures
Tiny got
are
picked off
fortified.
meanwhile, but Death Prophet buys back. As does Lone Druid. Lone Druid does have a bear. No, Lone Druid doesn't have a bear. Oh, this is big.
Yeah, both players were killed.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, seems like they had enough. 1 T4, 2 buybacks. Might as well retreat. No all-in yet. They're in no position where they have to go all-in, especially with the 2 buybacks. And now looking at a 15k lead, the duration is free for the taking with the Invitational up and running. It would be a nice addition to these armory. Same with the Death Prophet then.
Man, that net worth increase for Kinguin, it's been such a close game up until about 35 minutes in, and then that dip happened, and now a little bit more of one, and we got our biggest lead now for Kinguin, 15,000 net worth plus. And I go back to as well, this puck, a support puck, mind you, is level 22, almost level 23 now. Just about as Lincoln's finished on top of everything else that he has, and so clearly his impact. I mean, essentially they got 4 cores here on Kinguin's side of what's going on. So that's definitely becoming more and more difficult to handle if you're Mad Lads at this point. Like, who do you prioritize these fights?
It's like, Dream Coil?
Did he use it?
Affirmative.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
somebody was there.
I understand I wanted a bottom lane, but that looked like a misclick instead. I was playing around earlier with his movement on the runes, but alright.
We also
Let's hold a debate.
We also have level 25s kicking in as well. OD and Phantom Lancer are going to be the first ones to do so at this game, and Phantom Lancer especially, that crit starts kicking in. Pretty crazy.
They spotted the smoke. They're waiting for it. Kazu shadow bladed up on the high ground.
Kazu, he didn't lasso anybody, but they know he's here. Phantom Lancer going to run after him. Kazu just sitting on the cliff. Tania's like, all right, I'll join you on the cliff. He pops his Yule, staying alive for now. Maybe next time. Glimmer Cape keeps him alive. Again, doing a good job of retreating. Oh no, Madara has jumped in with the exorcism, but he gets bursted initially. He's at half life. He does get his BKB off, and they lose Dazzle though. Kazu's down to the end of the cliff. He'll fall. Madara's in trouble as well. Has a siphon up on OD, trying to run him down. Walrus punch on top of that. OD is going to go down, actually. Nice pursuit, but they lose Lodra. That's a dieback. And Kinguin has a massive opening now to try to even finish this game and take the series as a result. They're going to take on Death Prophet. No buybacks on all the cores of the Radiant side. The only survivor right now is that Tusk. And yeah, go, 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 exactly, if you're Kinguin.
Yeah, 80 seconds on the line for the AD, but that should be it. I don't see, much as I like Cinder, and I don't think he has a chance with an underformed Dazzle to defend against this, with only Tusk at hand. So 40 seconds till the Bad Rider with the PL. He's so tanky, there's no way he dies.
Now they're just going to go right for tier 4 and end this game. They know both cores don't have a buyback.
Radiant's middle
And what do you do?
tower is
It's
under
Dazzle Tusk versus the world. Minus OD, I guess, but Tusk, again, he can delay this as much as possible. There's tier 4.
Radiant's
And
middle tower
Kinguin
has fallen.
just about has it. Going to StarLadder, season number 5, qualifying out of Europe, it looks like. Maybe next time Incinerating doing everything they can, but it's just not going to be enough. And good game is officially called. So Kinguin again representing Europe, qualifying very deservingly. So Mad Lads, they come up just short yet again in one of these qualifiers. Get to the finals, but cannot overtake to make it to their first land. Good series. That first game, I mean, you look back at that, and if you're Mad Lads, even this game too, I mean, again, another game where it could have been anyone's game, it felt like, with the way things were playing out, but so it's not, I don't even think Mad Lads necessarily got crazy outplayed in this series by any means. They had a good chance, and I could have seen them on top in the end, but Kinguin just simply was the better team, made just simply the better decisions when it mattered, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, especially Keizo on the puck. That made so much space throughout the entire game. You called it 4 cores on the side of Team Kinguin. The side of Mad Lads could annihilate the Rags in 4 seconds. It just wasn't enough to stand up to the late game fight with OD and the sustainability from the PL.
Well, that means both of our series for today, both the finals, end up being a 2-0, so a little bit disappointing there. I always like to go the distance, especially for a finals matchup, but the teams that won it today, Fly to the Moon for CIS earlier, and now Kinguin for Europe. They deserved it, looked good, and again, they're both going to the epicenter, or I keep saying epicenter, the StarLadder main event, I-League season number 5, where they'll play in that minor, that $300,000 prize pool, and the 300 Dota 2 Pro Circuit points that are on the line. But upon him, that means our day is going to be coming to a conclusion, so it was fun to have you on. Any shout-outs, any last words from yourself?
I don't know. I was hoping for more boys under him, but let's just say they tried their best. I was really enjoyed being here. Thanks for having me, I guess.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure. So it was definitely a good series, despite again both of them being 2-0. Like I said, and especially in this one, it really could have gone the other way. It felt like, but in the end, Kinguin victorious, and they're advancing on one more time to the main event. So congratulations to both them, as well as Fly to the Moon earlier, and going to the StarLadder League Invitational Season number 5 main event. We are wrapping up for today, though, guys. A lot of these qualifiers starting to wrap up for this period, it seems like. So hopefully you've been enjoying all the coverage, all the Dota action. We got some lands now that are going to be happening in the upcoming here, and I know DAC is just around the corner. Big-time major event, so really looking forward to that, and I'm sure you guys are as well. Have a good night, guys. I was BreakyCPK, joined by Podham here. Until next time, we'll see you then.